Emotionally separated from my husband. 4 years ago, my husband, 40s male, and I, 40s female, lived in different countries because of work. He moved back to be with me and kids because of the pandemic, and one day, I found out via messages on his phone that he was involved with another woman, also married. He swore they were never actually intimate, and it was just sex calls where they both masturbated. I saw messages that showed him expressing his intent to be physical when he returned. They also discussed their experiences with their respective spouses and kids in the messages. And craziest of all, he had actually sent her a dick pic, which completely blew my mind because how stupid can you be to be sending dick pics in your 40s? Now all this caused a big blow up. He promised to cut off all contact with her, but weeks after, I stumbled upon a screenshot of her nude, obviously taken during one of their sessions. When I confronted him, he said it was an old photo from months before, and the timestamp could have been because it was recently uploaded to the cloud or something along those lines. To cut a long story short, I ended up emailing her husband evidence of their activities minus the nude photo, even though he, AP's husband, asked me to send it as evidence. After this ugly incident, I believe they are no longer in contact. Now all this happened about 4 years ago. At the time, I wanted a divorce, but he begged and begged, promised he loved me, and swore he would never betray me again. He said we were not in the best place in our marriage and he needed an outlet, so he made a mistake that he now regretted. He is a very hands-on father to our kids, tutors them after school every day, does all our grocery shopping on the weekends, and helps out immensely in the house while holding down a full-time job. Financially, he takes care of about 70% of our expenses, and I handle the rest. We earn about the same amount of money, but we keep our finances separate, no joint accounts. I ended up staying with him mainly to avoid further traumatizing our kids, who unfortunately witnessed a little bit of the ugliness that ensued. Also, it was just easier to remain with him because separating would have been a massive stress as it relates to my job and general life dynamic. We went back to a semblance of normalcy, but something died in me. I could no longer look at him without feeling disgust and anger. I thought the feelings would pass, but they really have not, even after 4 years of him not giving me any reason to doubt him. I travel a bit for work, and I don't trust him anymore. He has friends who I know cheat on their wives, and I don't know how for so long I managed to believe that he was the different one of the group. I have tried to make things work because we have such a great family dynamic, but I don't feel anything romantic for him anymore. I love him because of all the history and kids we share, but I no longer want to be with him in a romantic way. I am mad at him for our kids knowing about his actions and witnessing some of our fights during the ugly period when his infidelity came to light. I don't feel safe with him, and I am worried that I will have to keep looking at his phone for the rest of my life, worrying about what he is up to. I actually am now completely turned off men, if I'm being honest. It does not help that he is a poor communicator. He believes in doing things, but I need someone who will speak to me and keep me updated about the things we are involved in. My love language is words of affirmation, but he admits that he struggles with this. Typically, he will only speak to criticize things or argue, and will rarely offer positive affirmation. We argue quite a lot about things, and I am completely worn out by it. We are in this mindless loop of life where he moves around the house not really speaking, does his chores, and expects sex when he wants it because I'm his wife. Recently, I have decided that I am doing myself a disservice by accepting this. First, I absolutely have no desire to be intimate with him, and I have told him this. I have told him he is free to move out or do anything he wishes. Pursue anybody he wants as long as he leaves me alone. For the last few weeks, it feels like a huge burden has been lifted from me because now I don't have to worry about what he's doing. I listen to my self-development podcasts during my drives to and from work, and frankly, I've never felt as peaceful and happy as I do now. There are no more arguments because I have no more expectations of communication from him. He has said he still loves me and wants to be with me and will not be moving out, which is actually fine by me because our comfortable family dynamic remains. I'm not sure where all this will lead, but my hope is that he eventually finds someone, falls in love with them, and decides to move on. He says he's staying with me forever. I have no idea what to do next. What do you guys think? Let's discuss in the comments. Follow and like for more stories.